I got a full bottle waiting on you.
Okay, all right.
Sound good to me.
So once all this shit is over, come through. I got it.
For sure.
I'm trying to be like Jada. All right, here we go, y'all.
You ain't got no theme music or nothing, bro?
Nah, not yet, man. We not yet. We gonna get there.
It's that broke down hood shit right here.
Up in here,
Hey,
like
welcome guys to another edition of
the
Here we go. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you, God, for another opportunity of prayer. We thank you, God, for allowing each and every one of us to see this day. God, we ask you during all these difficult times that we're going through, oh God, we ask you, God, that tonight's episode will help bring a laugh to some people, help those that's going through, and comfort others. In Jesus' precious name we pray. Amen. So, like I said again, welcome to the Marvin Bennett Show, guys. Tonight is a special show for me. I've been excited all day. I got the big bros in the house. This is gonna be a brothers edition. I got my big brother Kevin Danley and the OG Dennis Lamar Moose.
OG.
Dad, you had to go government, didn't you? That's all good. It's all good.
I mean, that's what's out there on the Facebook world anyway. So how y'all fellas doing, man? How y'all been?
It's all good, bro. You know.
Yeah, man.
All good.
Yeah.
Family doing good?
Yeah, man. Yeah, mom's is good. Everybody in Jersey's good. Wifey's good, and all her people good too. So.
Same here, man. Everyone's good. So yeah, no complaints. Just ready for this pandemic to end. But yeah, other than that, everyone's healthy and safe. So
yeah, I think we all about there right about now.
Yeah,
you know, it's crazy everywhere, and it's kind of funny to me because it's not centralized to one particular area. You know, we all spread out. Like this is something that's affecting the whole world. Like when have we ever seen something that wasn't just to a particular region? Like this is worldwide.
Yo, it's biblical, son.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
It is what it is with that. Yeah. It's straight biblical.
It wouldn't be near as bad as what it is, though, if it wasn't for y'all's president. But hey.
Whoa. Y'all's president. What you
talking about? I was about to say, don't talk about Uncle Ruckus Trump. You know, more a Trump supporter.
I'm not. Look, hey, Mr. President, I didn't say jack. I don't need you messing up my life, my credit, nothing. That's these two jokers right here.
Hey, look, 44 is my forever president.
But yeah, well, we all got 44 is my man all the way. But 45, I ain't got nothing to say about you.
Would you say
I got something to say. I got a whole lot to say.
Yeah, that's like a whole show in itself.
It sure is.
Everybody got something to say about him.
All right. How do I start this as a watch party? So if anybody wants to see it.
So I guess like on your profile, like how you would go to do like a status, just click on the circles, and then you should see on the bottom right, do a live watch party, and then it'll share to your page.
Oh, so I got to go to my page. I didn't see no circles. I just see all right, so not a live, not a room. All right, so I got to go to my page. Dang.
Come on, Marv. Man, you know Father Time don't know how to work social media.
So
I'm glad you went there.
I just got to make sure I watch my tongue. That's all I'm trying to do. I don't want my tongue to get too loose. Okay, so it's next to add a story, the 3 dots, right?
Yeah.
It's all right, I'm gonna let y'all have that.
And for all y'all that's coming, what's up, RJ? RJ said, "What's up, fellas?"
Hey, I don't see anything that says
Hey, what's good, RJ?
Nephew, how was Vegas?
Word up, he just got back in town too.
Yo, that dude went to Vegas. I was telling Marv earlier, these young generation, yo, they fearless. But I remember them days when he's 30 and he fearless. So, you know, I was like, I was 30 and fearless one day, but not anymore.
Yeah, truth. Yeah, facts right there. Yeah.
Yo, hey, Marv, man, I don't see anything that says a view party or nothing. What is it supposed to do, man?
It'll just share to your page.
I was just trying to get it.
Or what you could do is you could go to my page and share it from my page.
All right, now is Sherry just
Yeah, she just commented on the Facebook profile.
Okay, so she can see it?
Yeah.
All right, well.
Hey, RJ, we're going to have to get you on the next edition so you can help y'all go out, man.
All right, man. See, I'm trying to keep it clean. All right, so, man, let's talk about something, Marv. You just said trying to...
I'm trying to read the comments, too. All right, the first thing I want to get into was, like, before we get on to all our jokes and stuff, I got a question for both of y'all. All right, so I'll go with Kev first because I don't know how much time Kev got. So, Kev, you from Newark. You know what I'm saying? Grew up in Brick City, USA. We love it to death. What was it like for you to be 18 years old, leave the jungle of Newark, New Jersey, and not just going to the military, but actually going to the military and actually have to go to war and be removed from everybody that you know, everything that you're familiar with, that you love, and adapt on the other side of the world? You know, what was that like for you at 18 years old?
Honestly, to be honest, it wasn't difficult. I mean, I think because growing up, I always, and I don't even know that I don't think we all discussed it very often. In fact, if at all, for that matter. But I always knew I wanted to get out of Jersey anyway, out of Newark. I wanted to be out of there as soon as possible. And I knew if I didn't leave pretty quick after high school, I might get stuck.
Gotcha.
So getting out of Newark for me, man, was great. I knew I wanted to see the world, and I immediately after basic training in San Antonio, Texas, my first duty station was in Turkey. Getting over there and just, I think what makes it easy is because no matter where you go when you're in the military, everyone that's on the base with you is pretty much in the same situation.
Yeah.
So you immediately upon getting there, you meet people, and everyone's from all over the place. Everyone's, trying to adapt to a new environment and all that sort of thing. So that made it pretty easy. In fact, it was fun. What was funny though is I had this, I don't know if this is something that I ever talked to y'all about, but I had this Newark chip on my shoulder that I didn't recognize as that. But, I get over there and it was, immediately upon going in the military, it was like, I'm from Newark, what? that was my attitude about
everybody from Newark attitude.
Right.
That's how the babies come out.
So, but fortunately I had, there was this one brother, I don't even remember his name now. I left for the Air Force. I don't know if y'all know, but I left for the Air Force 30 years ago this year. It was January 2nd, 1990. So, so when I got to Turkey in 90, I can't even remember his name, but he kind of took me under his wing a little bit. And I was like, look, I get it. I was the same way when I first came in the military, but you need to straighten it up, get yourself together. You can't be running around here and, fighting and getting into stuff. And so he kind of set me straight pretty early on. But so from that standpoint, it was fairly easy, but it didn't take very long before Desert Storm jumped off. So that was definitely an adjustment without a doubt. It was a scary time. Right. After a little bit of time, it was I kind of got lulled. I think we all got lulled into this false sense of security, because when everything first started going on and alarms and stuff are going off on base, and we got aircraft launching and things like that multiple times a day. It was really, really scary initially, but after a while you start realizing, okay, this is just kind of what it's going to be, right? During this entire war, you kind of get lulled into this first false sense of security, like we're going to be all right, nothing's going to actually happen, this is just the way that it is. That wasn't the smartest way to think about it, but fortunately that is the way that it worked out. We did end up being okay, but yeah, it was definitely scary, that part of it, without a doubt.
Because even from the little bro standpoint, I ain't gonna lie, I was mad at you then, like, yo, you ain't just go to South Carolina, no Fort Bend, you ain't just, you know what I'm saying, you ain't gonna know where local, you over here overseas fighting in a war. Like, and I like, dude, I swear, if I had known that we was gonna be doing this like this tonight, I would have went to my storage unit. But dude, I still got every letter that you wrote me from the service.
Wow.
It's almost impossible to read them with your handwriting.
Dang, son. You got a crush on him or something? You holding on to letters? Like love letters? What's going on with that, yo?
Come on, Daddy. Don't be mad because you ain't getting no letters.
Yo, I remember we sent Kev cassette tapes.
Yeah.
Everybody, I'd get everybody to say something to him, and we sent him a cassette tape. And
it was like a different world back then. Like,
sure.
He had to figure things out.
He was sending us back pictures of the clothes he was having made and all kinds of stuff.
I forgot about that, but yeah, sure enough.
Yeah, that's what's up, man.
Yeah, Kev was over in Turkey getting his Big Daddy cane on.
Yeah.
He was getting his cane on, yo.
Yeah.
And I never forget. I knew it was serious for you because I had heard of it before. I've seen it in a few movies. But I'll never forget when your first trip back home from the war, and you flew into JFK, and we drove over to New York and picked you up. So as you guys, the first thing you did was drop down and kiss the ground.
I sure did.
I was like, yo, man, this is New York pavement, bro.
Yeah, I know.
He was like, man, listen, I don't care, bro. Like, I'm home. Like, I'm home. And that was like monumental. I'll never forget that because it was like, wow, this was like real deal. Because like, when you over there, you just never know.
Yeah.
Day and night, you got to always be on guard. I mean, I can't imagine that. I can't imagine that.
And I'm sure that whole kissing of the pavement would not have happened had it not been a war going on. Like, if it was just me being stationed in Turkey, then hey, it is what it is. Yeah. But, after kind of surviving that whole ordeal and coming back, yeah, for sure. I just wanted to kiss the homeland.
Yeah.
At that point.
Now, with you, Mar, you ain't had the privilege of growing up in the real brick city. You had to go for Jersey, second finest city, old Elizabeth, New Jersey. No, but for you, I'll never forget, like, being sheltered. Growing up in church, I was like sheltered. But I always remember hearing about this family called the Pretlow. Like even back in the 80s, when everybody first started getting the systems, they say like the Pretlows, they had their own soundtrack. They would pay like the DJs, and they got their own like theme song ride down the streets. So like that's what we saying. You have 15-year-old kids that was running $1 million enterprise. Like, how did you grow up in that same exact environment, but never just made the choice to go to the streets? You just I'm gonna go to clean route. Like, how hard was that for you?
It really, to be honest with you, it wasn't hard. For one, though, I left Elizabeth and I got out of Elizabeth before the crack thing really blew up. Before all of that happened, I got out. But for me, man, that just wasn't, the streets wasn't in me. I mean, I grew up around a lot of dudes. I grew up, in the projects. I saw what things went on. I know what went on. I knew, but that just wasn't in me, man. Just because I grew up there, though, but it's like every weekend, my mom's had me at my grandmother's house, and my grandmother had me in church. So, so I was in church all the time. Had, just like anybody else, though, you got grandparents and aunties and people praying for you that you stay out of trouble. But I guess part of it was the fact that I was raised by a single mom, and she didn't have any help from my father or my sister's father. So we struggled, welfare, like I said, projects, getting the care baskets and all that kind of stuff. You not being able to have the latest shoes or fashion, stuff like that. So, I went without. So I was determined growing up that I was going to do something with myself, and I didn't want to look over my shoulder. I didn't want to take that route where I'm looking over my shoulder, whether it's rival crew, somebody in your crew, the police or something like that. It just wasn't in me. And I always say one of the things that helped, my mom dated a dude that went to jail. All right?
Oh, wow.
So he went to prison, and he was in prison for, I'm gonna say like 8 or 9 years. So that meant we had to go visit him in jail. Broadway prison, Trenton prison, state prison. So 2 of the worst prisons in New Jersey. I got firsthand going, you know, of course it's just the visitor stuff, but I got firsthand of kind of seeing what people had to go through.
And this was pre-Scared Straight. This was before that.
Actually, yeah, it was pre-Scared Straight. And actually, he was in Broadway when they did the Scared Straight. Some of the prisoners, I remember seeing them dudes in the visiting room.
Wow.
Yeah, Broadway's no joke.
So it was pre-Scared Straight. So it's like, I can't live like this, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing anything that's gonna send me down that path.
I like my freedom.
And plus Mom's was hard on me too. So that was, you know, it was like, you know, if she had me on lockdown anyway. So I know I didn't want nothing worse than what I was getting at, you know, from home. That's no slight to my mom, but she's she raising a teenage son, so she wanted to make sure that when I got bigger than her, when I became bigger than her, where, you know, because, you know, all boys, you know, we you know, growing up, you start feeling yourself, and it's like, all right, well, you know, what can you tell me? Get out of here. You know, you feel like you don't have to listen. Even though I had a bunch of uncles, I knew I couldn't get but so far out of line. I had some uncles and some cousins that that would have straightened me right on out. So it's just really, man, it's just the mentality. Is like I had people to look up to. I had some my uncles, you know, that were they had families and they were hardworking men. You know, I had the bishop to look up to. You know, so I was so, you know, I just looked past all of that street stuff. You know what I'm saying? I ain't knock nobody for what they had to do. I understand people had to do what they had to do. I knew guys. I speak to them. What's up? You know, I might, if I'm coming in or something, might stop, say, yo, what's up? But I kept it moving. Mm-hmm. That's all. It's just what you want to do, man.
Yeah, life is all about choices. I was having that conversation with somebody last night. You know, at the end of the day, that's really what it's all about. And like, one thing I say is, like, you two guys was like very pivotal and monumental in my life, whether y'all realize it or not, because it was more or less like I said, I actually thank God for our upbringing. I thank God for being naive to the streets. Like, as I grew older, I realized the environment that I was in and how dangerous it was. But growing up, you know, even in church, I didn't know what weed was when I was 14, 15 years old. You know what I'm saying? I eventually became one of the biggest weed heads there was. But I didn't know. I was so sheltered. And a lot of that had to do with you guys. Because, you know, me and Mar, a lot of you guys may know, some of you guys may know, some of you might not. But me and Lamar, we actually share the same birthday. And we're actually 10 years apart. And me and Kev is 4 years apart. So I was always like the baby of the group. And it was like, I never understood. And I was thinking about it this day, knowing that you guys were going to be on here. I kind of wanted, y'all can hit on it if you want to, but it was like, for me to be a kid, what was it about me that said, you know what? You know, because most times we you know, you see it in church, you know, you got, man, go over there and sit down somewhere. It's like, y'all never treated me like the little pest or the little kid, more or less like, come on, little nigga. You know, I'm going to take you under my wing, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you stay out of trouble. You know what I'm saying? So that was like real monumental, you know. My mom talk about that all the time, or how much you mean to her and why you were always in her prayers, because, you know, you come up, Sister Bennett, and you mind if I take him to the movies? You know, my mom's, I ain't got no money to give me. Don't even worry about it. You know what I'm saying? But those are things that you didn't have to do. And I always try to tell you, you know, y'all know my story, but it's like, I appreciate it because I look at it from a grown man perspective. I could not be sitting here today. I might have went a whole different way if y'all hadn't kept me protected those years. Because I didn't really start going to the streets until when Margaret got to working, you know what I'm saying?
When I left and went to Georgia.
Yeah, and then Ken was in the service. I'm like, I'm here all by myself. You know, I got to fend for myself now. You know what I mean? I ain't got big bros no more. Yeah. And the streets, I can't lie, the streets was sexy to me. I like the streets. It's like, I said, I didn't want to go to jail either, but I used to be a gambling addict. So I wasn't scared to take my chances. Right. You know what I mean? So I lived on that line, and I remember I wasn't planning on bringing it up, Mar, but you know, me and Mar, like I said, Mar's big brother, but me and Mar had fell out maybe like for about 10 years. Why? Because he was being a big brother. But you know how it is when you 18, 19 years old. Hey, I'm a grown man now. You know what I'm saying? How you gonna come at me like that? You know what I'm saying? Where when I look back on it, all he did is exactly what I would have did for any of my brothers or my boys that I really love. Hey man, come on, man. That's the dumbest thing you could ever do. Why you doing something like that? You know better. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't in a place where I could maturely enough, you know, handle it at that time. You know what I'm saying? That was like pivotal. And even though it got to that point, I always appreciate you, Mar. And you don't know how much I respect you because you never ever disconnected that conversation. You was like you never took the approach like, well, since he ain't talking to me, I ain't gonna talk to him. You was never there. You was always there. You still call me, check up on me every once in a while. Hey, how you doing? How the boys doing? How the family doing? You know, everything good. Like you always was that protected big brother, and I can never tell you how much I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Like the only time I think I probably got mad at you was when you the time that you made Kev about to commit suicide. Y'all ain't gotta talk about that though. That's another good question. I always wonder why I was never a rematch.
I just caught what you said.
Yo, Rock, what up?
Rodney Rock's in the building.
How you?
What's good, bro? What's good, bro?
Ain't nothing, man. Ain't nothing. I'm just joining in with y'all, see what y'all talking about.
What's good, man?
We just going down memory lane, man. Just catching up, man.
Kev, what's good, bro?
Oh, man, I'm good, man. How about you?
I'm all right, man.
Cool.
Look like you in the car.
Yeah. I told him that's the only way I might get some peace from my little man.
Oh, okay. Put him down, and then you get in the car and dip, huh?
Yeah.
All right. But yeah, Marv, man, but you know the reason I was just upset with you was just because I was just disappointed. That's all.
Yeah.
That's
man,
all.
You should have been. You should have been.
I still love you. I loved you then. I was just disappointed, man, because you was better than that. You didn't have to go that route. When you got that job with the airport, I was like, all right, he gonna be set now. All you had to do was just. I told you too. I said, look. I said, don't. Look. I said, you got this. You got the straight. You got it good. That all that. You can fly anywhere. I mean, put that shit in your. Excuse me. Put that.
You good.
Make that part of your game, son. I mean, it's like you could walk up on a girl, yo. You want to go to California for lunch?
I couldn't. I did it.
You know what I'm saying? I mean,
I was doing it.
It's like, son, use that to your advantage. But nah, this nigga want to be. I mean, this dude want to be Nino Brown. It's like, come on, man. So really, that's all it was, man. It. I love you, always loved you. I was hurt and disappointed because I did. Also, I felt like if I was still in Jersey, that wouldn't have happened.
Would have never happened. I feel you.
Yeah, true it. Because even Rod was at the airport with me at the same time. I remember some of Rodney co-workers used to get mad because when we be up there talking on the curb, I be taking some of their tips. It's like, yo, man. You don't even work up here, man. You can't get that money, yo. Get up out of here, bro.
But that's all that was, and we let you in back then because it was that's just what you know what I'm saying. I didn't have a big brother growing up. I had older cousins that took me under their wing and looked out for me and stuff. So that's just like paying it back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
That's all that was. It was just paying it back. And you weren't, if you was a pain, then maybe we, get your ass out of here. But you weren't. You weren't.
And the other good part for me was the other good part was once you came on the scene, I was no longer the youngest. So that was good.
I like that.
I mean, although I was barely the youngest, I mean, Rock, like months older than me, Joey just months older than me, but yeah, still, technically I was the youngest, so it was nice to have someone younger.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, and it was funny because, like I said, God worked in mysterious ways. Because, like I said, I felt like for a while I had to vent. Cool, Kev. For a while I felt like I had to fend for myself, but it was more or less, there's always a ram in the bush. Like here it is, you all going, all of a sudden, Rodney coming back from Virginia. Yeah, man, me and Rodney together all day, every day. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Like he want to be Mr. North taxi cab driver. A 15-minute ride take 3 hours because he got to stop on every single block and speak to everybody. Like, dude, it took us 3 hours to go right around the corner.
And from what I understand, you know what's changed since then? Nothing. He still does that.
Nah, man, I barely go to Newark now, bro. It ain't the same. I was just telling him, you can't even go to the same places that you used to go when you was younger.
Yeah.
I guess it's like you mature now. Mm-hmm. Once you get that family and everything else, you can't do the same things no more.
For sure.
Yeah.
It's all about maturity, man.
And I know that was always part of my problem because I got an addictive personality. So, hey, let's go. If it's a good time, you know what I mean? Let's get it in. So it really took me becoming a man and even exercising in my faith, allowing God to help me grow in my faith, to realize, like, look, they might be difficult choices right now, but you can get to a place where it's easy choices. It ain't no problem for you not to go to the club or not to go to the party and all that type of stuff there. Because the one thing I always said growing up in Newark was I refuse to be scared of my own streets. You know what I'm saying? Like, as long as I'm living here, like, I refuse to be scared to walk up and down the same street that I live in. I got to feel comfortable. But it was like the first time I came back to Jersey after going to Arkansas for 2 years, man, I was on South Orange Avenue. Man, I'm rolling my windows up. I'm locking my doors. And I really had to check myself. Like, yo, this the same streets that you were talking about that, you know what I'm saying? That you used to get mad when people say that how dangerous it is, that why they don't come to Newark. You used to get mad when they say it. Man, you acting the same way. So it's like, it's funny how you can, like you said, it was an easy adjustment because when you get out of that situation and you go somewhere totally different, you don't even realize half of the chaos that you was amongst.
Yeah, true that.
Yeah, very true. Yeah,
true that. It definitely takes leaving your environment. Everybody should do it, and that's what happens though with a lot of people, man. They get stuck in that cycle, and they don't come out of it. I remember growing up in the projects. I mean, there was like 3 and 4 generations of a family in the damn projects.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm grown, so then I get my own apartment in the project and have my kids, and then my kids do the same thing, and then their kids. Nah, man, you gotta break that cycle.
It's hard to break the cycle.
Hey, fellas, Kurt said y'all old. Kurt said we old.
He's one to talk.
Kurt said we old. I done sent him an invitation to come on in here. I got you show up. But he got Kurt say that we old.
Tell that Ice Cube dope boy looking joking and stick his head, pop his head in here.
Not dope boy.
Kurt's old ass can't work social media either. He won't be able to get in.
Oh man.
Yo, that's something because
Kurt, you still working with the Bluetooth?
Yo, that's crazy how y'all talk about that because I don't even like going through Newark now. I don't even like going through there. Like, I don't, like I went through there the other day and I seen a young dude. I watched him grow up. Mm-hmm. He calling my name, but I ain't stopping. I'm just keeping it moving because I'm not. You don't even know who might be beefing with this one or that one, and you might get caught up in something that you don't even have nothing to deal with.
Yeah.
How many people that we know, Rock, that we done lost just like that? Yeah. They had nothing to do with them, but they no longer with us just for being
standing next to them.
It's crazy because their mindset is you got people in Newark that never even left Newark.
Yeah. Ever.
Yep.
Not even going to another part of Jersey, but they never even left Newark.
Man, I remember it's funny that you say that, Rock, because I remember when I was dating my ex-wife who stayed out in Union County. Like, I was like, yo, fellas, I'm about to go out there. That's where the chicks is out there in Union County. Yo, ride with me. Man, that's 20 minutes away. What you riding all the way out there for? I'm like, dude, you just said it's 20 minutes away.
Yep.
Like, you that trap that you can't even leave. You can't even leave the county.
You can't even leave Newark, man. It's sad.
It is.
It is sad.
Right, man. Especially with this coronavirus thing going on now, you still got, I just rode through there, you still got young guys sitting on the corner, still selling drugs, still doing this and that. It's sad, man. It's real sad. It just got to break the cycle.
Yep.
Just like you were saying how the 3 generations of the same family in the projects. I seen that on the block. The same thing. The grandfather sold drugs. The father sold drugs. Now the son selling drugs. The same corner.
It's a very difficult cycle to break, though. You know what I mean?
And that's what I was going to get to. Like, how do we do that? We know that we need to break it. Well, what do you guys think that some of the ways that we could actually do this? Because, you know, one of the things I used to always try to tell people was, you know, well, y'all talk about how bad Newark is. Why don't you just leave? Okay, so I remember when I first got my first apartment and we had my son DeAndre, it was like, you know, this was what, 96? And it was like, to get into your security deposit for an apartment was your last month's rent. You know what I'm saying? So you needed like almost 2 stacks just to get into a place. And who has that? If people could just afford to leave, don't you think they would? So it's something more to it than just why would you stay there or why would you leave? Or, you know what I mean? And then there's the people that like to stay there too. But how do we change that cycle over? Say, well, you know, when we get it back to the Mr. Johnson on the block, we're like, yo, man, I ain't gonna let y'all little punks run this block. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna show some ladies respect. Y'all gonna help old, you know, Miss Johnson down the street carry her bags down the street. Because even though we was around those environments, we still did that thing. I can remember when my mom would be walking down the street as a church woman, and the dudes out there smoking whatever, they drinking their 40s. But hey, hold up, man, put that up, bro.
Yeah,
you gotta put that out, yo. It was a different level of respect. Like, how do we get that respect back in the community for these young knuckleheads?
It's hard.
And it's sad to say, it's not even just the young fellas, because it's some of us old heads that's still stuck in those same ways too, trying to relive '93 all over again. It ain't coming back, bro.
93 was a good year though, but anyway.
It was a good year. A real good year.
It's hard to get that back, man. With the young, they don't even respect themselves, their own life. So I mean, each one teach one, but I guess we have to actually talk and build with these young people. I mean, even you're not going to catch them all. Even if you just catch one, I mean, you did something. You got to do something.
Yeah, I think some of it too is I think they have to see a different way.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. If you don't show them something different, they you know they think what they see and what they have is all there is.
Yeah,
you know, that is true. You know, it's so funny that you said that. When you said that, I started thinking back then, like we had summer camps where kids in Newark could go to. They don't have to be in Newark in the summer. They could go out and go somewhere in a summer camp. We don't have that no more.
Yeah.
So they can't see another way. Like our parents took us down south for the summer or took us different trips for the summer. Like they parents don't do that. It's stuck right there in that environment, and that's all they know.
Yeah.
So and that's funny that you said it. We do have to show them a better way. If we show them a better way to live, they might like the better way to live and break that cycle.
And to follow up on what both of y'all just said, Mar and Rodney both, you know, I'm gonna step out for a second to put my prophet hat on, because I don't usually like going on record. But that's one of the things that God had already put in my heart. You know, when I moved out to Arkansas, now I'm in North Carolina, and it was like, everybody always say, well, what was like Little Rock like? It was an experience. It was an experience where God showed me and developed my relationship with him to say, listen, it don't matter where you at. As long as you trust in me, I got you. But one of the things that I kind of wanted to do, because like I said, we know people that 50 years old and don't have a driver's license. They're not even leaving the county. You know what I mean? They comfortable riding the bus. They don't want to own no car. Like, that's payments. It's a different mentality. So one of the things that I wanted to do was, you know, we always got these kids out here that's getting scholarships for having good grades and doing good. And I'm not saying that anything wrong with that. But what I wanted to do was help the people. I want to help the C students. I want to help the what everybody is classifying now as the mental health kids. You know what I mean? Where I can take a bus load of them from Jersey, and I got a farm in Arkansas. And I can just take them down in Arkansas and do the same thing. Take the ones from Arkansas, either put them in my camp down in South Jersey or somewhere here in North Carolina. Take North Carolina and put them in one of there. And what I plan to do through that is show them, listen, you don't have to come here, stay here just because great grandmama lived in 4B and grandma lived here. You could break that cycle. There's a whole Kev just talk about. He was stationed over in Turkey. On the other side of the world, there's a whole nother world. You don't have to be limited just to Jersey. You don't have to just be limited to Raleigh. You don't just have to be limited to that there. There's a whole nother world, and you go out there and create your atmosphere. You know what I'm saying? And see, like you said, Mark, I don't think enough of us get away, because a lot of times when we actually do get away and see that there's other opportunities, other places, it's like, why am I choosing to live like this? Or why, you know what I mean? Like, I could do somewhere better. I might miss my family, but guess what? We got Zoom now. We got phones. It ain't like we can't communicate with one another. Right. So go live your life. You don't have to just stay here. I'm not saying that everybody has to leave either, because that's not the solution for everybody to leave. You know what I mean?
Right. I think it's a lot more nuanced. I think it's a lot more nuanced than just that too, though, because there are a lot of people who don't even realize. They don't realize that they can leave, or they don't know how. They don't have the means. They don't feel like they have the means, and they just feel stuck. And I think this issue that we're talking about has to be attacked from multiple angles. I think one of those angles is the things that the three of you are talking about, with regards to just, old heads essentially, grabbing people by the collar and saying, hey, look, no, that's not the way to go. Get in school, do this, do that, do this. But also it has to be attacked from a political angle, because obviously we know about all of the systemic and institutional racism and things like that go on that kind of keep people in the hood. That the system is designed to do that. You hear a lot of people saying that the system is broken. No, the system actually is not broken. The system is working. The system is doing exactly what it was designed to do. We have to actually break the system. Right. That's what needs to be done. When you have these kids, and I equate it to how they talk about radical Muslims. The hood is pretty much the same way. When you have people that come from these places, all they see is inequality and poverty and hopelessness and powerlessness and all these different things. And when you have young people in a society like that, and they feel these different things, and they have no vision for their future, no vision for a dignified life, for safety, for a good job, then they're going to be vulnerable to any vision that's offered to them. And most times that vision that's offered to them is by way of gangs and selling drugs or doing whatever the case is, just being out on the streets. So not only does it have to be attacked from people like us who came from that environment and we know better, so we can do better and trying to help to get them out, but it also has to be attacked from a political standpoint and trying to do everything we can to get these systems of oppression, dealt with and reformed.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true, man. Because I remember as a kid, there were different programs in my neighborhood that would allow you to see other stuff. We had this place, and I think it's still in existence now in Elizabeth, called the Presbyterian Center, the Preds. Man, they used to take us on bus rides, show us others, pull the kids out of the projects, right down there from downtown, but they take us and show us other stuff. You also got to have people talking to these kids too. You know what I mean? I mean, some of it starts at home. Yeah.
No, a lot of it starts at home.
Because you think, or you think parents want better for their kids than they had. You know what I'm saying?
You would think.
So it starts there. So if I know my mother wanted better for me and my sister than how she had and what she accomplished. She wanted better for us. So
that's supposed to be what comes with parenting.
But
that's
again,
should be natural, but it's not for everybody.
I think again, it's your support system and your foundation, man. The foundation at home. I'm telling you, I had a single mother, but my grandparents is right there, hands on. I had aunts and uncles right there encouraging me, hands on, cousins, and then I went, coming to church, you got people at church talking to you, or you see people. I was always one. I was a people watcher, still am. I see how people are, I see what people, I would see what hardworking people, I see the fruits of their labor. You have a house, like I said, I grew up in the projects. I didn't even have my own bedroom. So we had a 2-bedroom apartment. So me and my sister shared a room up until, she hit puberty. Then once she hit puberty, I'm sleeping in the living room on a pullout. So I never had my own room. Growing up in the project, so you ain't got no backyard. I did see some grass, but so I had, there was things that I wanted to have. I come to church, and my friends, at church, they living in houses. Even though it was in the hood, Mike, they living in houses.
Yeah.
I had cousins. I lived up in Midtown. I lived downtown in the projects, but I had cousins. My grandmother, she lived in a house. My uncle, he lived in a house. So all my cousins, they lived in houses. My ass, I was like, all right, I know I don't want to live in no projects my whole life. Yeah. I want a house. I want a backyard with some grass. So if I had some kids, my kids can go somewhere and play around, toss the ball and do whatever.
I could achieve it, and not only can I achieve it, I could achieve it the right way.
Yeah, I think these kids, I think today, and I hate to just like keep saying these kids, but I think the generation today, I guess the role models that they have, they don't have any. It's like they everything they get from TV, like rap. I love hip hop. I love hip hop, but I know the images that's being portrayed. I know that shit ain't real. You know what I'm saying? I know it, but some of these kids, they can't separate it. They watch TV shows like The Wire and all this kind of stuff, and I love all of that. But you got to know what's real and what's not.
Yeah.
Hey, Kev, you got to put your Cash App out there, because you was preaching, bro. Like I'm 100%, man. I tell people that all the time, and I don't like to talk about it because I get real passionate about it. Like you say, there is nothing at all wrong with the system. It's working the same exact way that it's supposed to work.
Yep.
But we have to figure out, just like Neo, we got to figure out how to break the matrix.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Because it's working right. But they want to tell us that it's not, but truth be told, it's working just the way it was designed to work.
Yeah, we all fell through the cracks.
Exactly.
But for the grace of God,
Oh, no doubt.
But for the grace of God.
No doubt.
But you might not think you're a role model to some of these kids, but you have kids looking at you, even in your neighborhood. They'll watch you and see, like, yo, he got a nice car, he got a nice home. I want to be like him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Even with the job that I do, when I go in to work, sometimes I had young brothers tell me like, yo, oh man, Bag, yo, I could have been a CEO, man, if I wouldn't have did this in the street, and I tell them, like, I was out there the same way you was. It's just like I had a good foundation at home, parents, a praying mother. Like, you know what I'm saying? I knew if I go left too much, I would be out there, but I ain't trying to go that way. You
well, Sister Babby's gonna be on you, bro. Right. Sister Babby's gonna be on you, yo.
Like, looking at y'all, I mean, you might not think like I seen y'all, but like I ain't gonna front. Like Marv was working with Merck like for years. I'm like, yo, this Marv got a nice ass job. Like he been
31 years deep, bro.
Yo, it was like, yo, look at Kev, and I ain't gonna front. Like I ain't talked to Kev like in years, but yo, I was telling people like, yo, my man, yo, he in the Air Force. He retired, he this and that. Like, yo, I'm still bigging you up. Like, you might not know it, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But so it's like seeing.
That's the love that we share.
You no doubt.
And I ain't gonna say no homo because I let my brothers know I love them. You know, I don't be on that youngster pause and all that. Nah, we love each other and we ain't got no problem with letting each other know that.
Yeah, it's always love, man. And that's what keep it together, because if we see each other doing good, we gonna want to do good.
Exactly.
You know
and guess what? When we ain't saying one of us doing good, guess what? We gonna all come to the other brother rescue.
Exactly.
The way that you good. Exactly. The three of us ain't gonna be talking about the other one. Nah, the three of us gonna come together. Yo, how can we help Rod out? How can we help Marv out? You know what I'm saying? This Marv might need to knock upside the head. You know what I'm saying? Whether he want it or not, but we gonna give it to him because that's how we love. We love hard. We love because you don't.
That's the way it had to be.
Yep.
It had to be like that, man. It always, because somebody always looking at you. Like I know, like I said, like at my job, like I had jokers, like they come to me and was like, "Oh man, yo, I should have did this, and I should have did that, and I wouldn't have been in the situation that I am." So I talked to them, and they're telling them, even though you did that, you could always come back, like and get your life together.
Yeah.
You don't always, if you got 3 years in jail, I mean that's 3 years. So in 3 years, get your life together. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then go out there and teach your kids so they won't have to come and break and do the same thing that you did. Break that chain when you go back out there. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yep. Gotta set goals, man.
Yeah.
These kids don't have goals today, man.
Yo, not at all. It was sad. One day I went into a corner store, and I always remember this. This was a couple of years ago. And this kid, they was about like 13, 14 years old. And it was like 5 of them. They was like, yo, I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna go where my uncle was at. I'm gonna go in there where my uncle was at. So I'm listening to him talk. So I'm like, okay, Dad, where's his uncle? He had the nerve to say, he talking about his uncle that's in jail. He want to go to the jail that his uncle was in. That's the jail he want to be in. I'm like, yo, that is not cool
at all.
Like stuff like that, we got to break. Like, don't think your uncle doing 20 years, you think he's like a role model. I mean,
he a role model to go the other way.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, we got to break stuff like that though. Yeah. So, I mean,
and like you say, I mean, I was that dude in the middle. I didn't want to be. I was like Marv. I wasn't scared to take my chances. But at the same time, I wasn't trying to do no big.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? If push had came to shove, I would have did my time because I knew what I was doing. I knew the consequences thereof, and I was willing to accept that. But at the same time, that's not something that I wanted. But I didn't want to go to far extreme either. I didn't want to be Bishop. I didn't want to be Gwen Jr. I didn't want to be no prayer warrior. I just wanted to find my own little lane, my own little niche, and live my life. But a lot of that came from y'all. Like I said, y'all mentoring me when y'all didn't have to. So, I always try to remember. I think about you guys all the time. And I do, like, you guys was a big part of me actually coaching. I never wanted to coach. You know what I'm saying? But I had that mentality the same way, like Mar didn't have to be there for me. And if I'm there, not only do I know that I'm teaching these kids spiritual foundation, I'm a great football player. I'm actually teaching them technique. Because I don't care about wins and losses. Come on, man. Don't disrespect me like that. Don't
this joker right here.
Great, baby. All S's Patty, baby.
Man, I tell you, that word great get thrown around too much.
Hey, right? Man, hey, listen. Don't ever sleep on pretty boy number 10. Don't ever sleep on pretty boy number 10.
Oh my gosh, great.
Yeah, I was great. I wasn't mediocre. I was great, because and it's crazy because I actually think that we do, even Elizabeth, in the hood, we have a lot of great athletes for that reason. Like Jokers is like, yo, I'm trying to get out of here by any means necessary. So if I could use sports and athletics to get me a scholarship to go to South Dakota, anywhere other than here, you know what I'm saying? I ain't got to go down the street to Rutgers. I could go somewhere off there if I could play ball and get paid. You know what I mean? They paying my tuition and everything else. Hey, I got to do what I got to do because, like you say, for some of us, this ain't it. I don't want to be here. I love my city, but I never wanted to live in Newark. I didn't want to die in Newark. I have no problem with coming back to visit now. Well, I didn't before Corona. You know what I'm saying? You know, my family used to always see me like, I see my boys on the block. They like, look, we see you more now than you did when you lived up here. Because I ain't got no problem going up there to visit when I know I get to come back home to some comfort.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To relax.
What you're talking about is also, and I'm not knocking you at all because I'm the same way, but that's also part of why it is so tough to kind of mentor, you know, kids in the environment now that we actually grew up in. It's because once you get out, you don't tend to go back.
Yeah, true.
Unless it's just to visit for a minute or something like that. So the only mentors they have are the ones who are still stuck there just like they are.
Doing the same exact thing.
Doing the same thing. So that's part of the issue as well, you know?
Yeah. See, that's me. I don't mind going to North.
Oh my God, yo, Em shot us out. My bad, Rod. Em talking about I played football like him.
Yo, I don't.
Don't even go there, Em. Do not go there.
And play football?
Yeah, okay.
That's why I said do not go there.
On them keyboards, maybe.
I don't even know if Ev knows the difference between a football and a basketball.
That's my man. Y'all hit Ev up every now and then, man. Ev funny.
Yeah, Ev gonna always be Ev. Shout out to Ev, yo.
And speaking of Ev, I know she's not watching, but tell my niece I said happy birthday again. I cannot believe she's 26 years old today. Y'all,
yeah, that's crazy.
Oh yeah, happy birthday, happy birthday.
Y'all getting old, man.
Yeah, y'all are.
I was getting old.
Eddie Murphy.
Says the oldest of the whole crew.
Who, Ev?
Nah, this is over here.
Oh, Mom.
The top white dude sitting in his Godfather of Harlem shit.
That's right. Come
He's Godfather. He the OG. Hey, Kev. Kim said, would you do it again? I guess she's talking about the military.
Oh,
absolutely. Without hesitation.
And a lot of people tell these young brothers, oh, the military ain't for you. It ain't, you shouldn't get in. You shouldn't go there. But I ain't gonna front. I've seen a lot of people that needed to go, and it turned their life around. If they didn't go, they probably would have been in jail.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I guess the military did good for them. So you can't, I mean, it depends. You can't knock it. You know?
Yeah, no doubt. I wouldn't change it at all. I mean, I
made
think
some
about
people a man, so I mean you can't knock it.
Yeah, because I ain't gonna lie, like Mark said, this mother used to be sending us all kind of pictures. I was always anti-military. I'm like, you see the dude right there in the back. That's the only reason I felt the way I did about the military, because of that man right there. Yeah. I ain't going to fight no big call. But man, I ain't gonna lie, Cam used to be sending them pictures back, getting tailor-made suits, shoes to match, hats if he wanted to. I'm like, yo, man, I might need to go to Air Force route, bro. That look real lovely right about that.
And Kev left early.
Look, Kev got out. He wasn't playing.
Yo,
he wasn't playing.
I respect people that go in the military. The military, the way I see it, as long as it wasn't a war going on, I wouldn't steer. I wouldn't try to steer anybody to the military in the beginning. It's like go to school, get a job. But if those choices ain't working, go to the military.
Yeah.
Do 4 years. I told my nephew, I was like, yo, if you ain't going to school or you having a hard time finding a job, go to the military. You could do 4 years standing on your head.
Right.
Then this way you see the world, make a little bit of change, you can get some education.
Yeah, I mean,
it sounds like a win-win.
It wasn't for me.
I don't know that I would be able to say that I've done and accomplished half of what I have had it not been for the military. I mean, I spent 25 and a half years in, of course, but, been to all 50 states, been to 26 countries, got 6 college degrees. I don't think any of that would have occurred had it not been.
Look at 6 college degrees. Word up. Look at them. Hey, man. Enough respect to you, bro.
Yes, sir.
Well, I appreciate you, man.
But truth be told, I almost went in the Army. I don't know if I ever told y'all that.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I did, no doubt, for real, on the real. When I got out of high school, and I was talking to a recruiter, and I actually went. I took the test. I went in for my physical.
I think I knew that.
And they wanted me. So I'm gonna tell you what turned me off. So the reason they didn't, Kev, do they swear you in after you take your physical? Do they do all that the same day?
Yeah.
All right. So I went in for my physical. All right. So the reason I didn't complete the physical because they wanted me to come back and see another doctor because of my hand. But the part that really like shook me, taking the physical, you know, they got everybody in the room and they like, yo, bend over and spread your cheeks. I was like, whoa. I'm telling you.
You said they said bend over and spread your feet.
Spread your cheeks.
Spread your cheeks. Oh.
Yo.
Son,
I'm done.
That stood out on me, man. I was like, whoa.
That's why you would never go to jail either.
I know.
I'm about to say more like Tom on Rutgers.
Yo, it gave me a flash. It actually gave me a flashback to, like I said, I told you guys, my mom's dated a dude that was in jail, and I used to hear all the stuff they had to go through to get to come visit us.
Yeah.
And then you had to do the same thing going back.
Right.
On out.
So it's like, whoa. And they, like I said, they wanted me to come back and see a doctor because of my hand, and I had time to think about it. And I was like,
he said I had time to think about it.
I was like, nah, son, that's not the move for me.
Man, you should have went to see an Air Force recruiter or a Navy recruiter. You wouldn't have had to worry about that.
That's the Army.
Yeah,
the Army do things.
Hey man, that's the route. But I was ready, man. I was gonna do it. But after that fell through, I went on to Essex County College and got me a little job, and just life went from there.
Yeah, because I could sort of, it's funny how where things work out, because I was sort of the same way with just the opposite with the military. I really was gonna go to school. I wanted to go to school on a football scholarship, so I was gonna go to Rutgers.
Yeah, great football player, right.
Yeah, because you know the way I thought. Like I said, as a great player, why would I looked at it like this? Why would I go to a university like Miami where I'm gonna ride the bench for 3, maybe 4 years and might get in the game my senior year, when I could go to Rutgers and get blown out, but shine like a mug? You know what I'm saying? Okay. I ain't got no problem losing 77 to nothing long as I look good. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't gonna lie, that's just where I was at. As long as I get mine, because I got to do what I got to do to get up out of this situation. And it was like in between that summer, me actually reporting for camp, my cousin asked me to take him out there to do the application for him to fill out the application for Continental. And I was like, dude, I ain't gonna sit in no car for no 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? If I'm here, I might as well put the application in too. And it was like 500 people here. And they did a process elimination and went like from 500 down to 200. Then 200, y'all go in this other room. So my cousin, he like, they told me I'm ready to go. I'm like, listen, man, hey, I done went from 500 down to the top 50. I'm about to see what this gonna be, man. You can wait for me in the car. You know what I'm saying? And it was like,
didn't make it, but you made it.
So you got your cousin's job. Damn, son. You got your cousin's job. And you on here bragging about that online for the world to see. World to hear. This joker got his cousin's job.
Yeah, man, but I told you it was a Wednesday. They told me they had a class that would start training that Monday. And some of the people that was in my training class, they had been on a waiting list for like six months to a year. And I got in there and look, I can fly anywhere I want to. Between like, man, I was going to Atlanta every weekend. I started going to Jamaica every week.
I told you.
And I was like,
Continental offered me a job before I started at Merck, right?
Wow, man, that would have been, man. You know all the traveling we could have did, bruh. We could have had some steps, bruh.
So this what got me with Continental. So I did like you did. No, I didn't go with my cousin and take his job, but I applied and took the test, did all the training, passed the training. We went out and did some hands-on training. And you know how I guess what's the the tug or whatever the hell the little the car is or the tractor is.
A tug, yeah.
Pulls the thing.
Yeah.
So the trainer, she was showing us, how you hook it up and all that kind of stuff. And dude, it started pouring down raining. All right.
It don't matter. You got to be out there.
Bro, she reached in her bag, pulled out a poncho, put that joint on, and kept going. All the rest of us, we standing there with nothing, just getting hosed. I was like, damn, it's like that. So that I was like,
when it's cold.
I was like, man, so I had to think about that thing. I was like, all right, so that's just the rain. What happens when it snows?
Oh,
and all that kind of stuff. I'm gonna have to be out here doing that. But Merck called me. I had put in an application with Merck, and Merck had called me before I actually got to start at Continental.
Gotcha.
Deuces.
You got all kinds of signs. You had the rain with Continental. You had the spreading of the cheeks with the Army. Pointing you away from stuff.
Hey man, the Lord knew which way I needed to go. Had I got that job, had I gotten the Army, who knows what the hell would have happened there?
Yeah, really.
I'm pretty sure I would have been in a war. And had I went with Continental, now I know I'd have been traveling all over the place, but
we would have beat Ludacris to it.
Huh?
I said we would have beat Ludacris to it.
Oh my gosh. And different area codes.
Every area code.
Oh my gosh. It'd have been ridiculous. That's all I know. It just would have been ridiculous.
Yes, Lord.
So the Lord knew what was up, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was supposed to go to college in Arizona, and I didn't do that. And it's just the Lord knows, man. He got a plan. Yeah. And all we can do is just try to follow it,
No doubt. He know better. I'm so glad he know better than we do.
Yeah.
Because I know, y'all know firsthand. I don't know. I had no idea.
I ain't gonna lie. I ain't know where I was gonna be at when I was younger, man, and running around. I knew I wanted to do better, but I ain't know where I was gonna be at. So.
Yeah.
Like, I thank God for the things that he put me through and where I'm at now. I just sit on my deck and be like, I just look around, be like, I just thank God, man, because I never know where I was gonna be.
Sure.
To be honest with you.
True.
Man, we all truly blessed, man. Yeah, truly blessed. I used to mess with Kev. I used to mess with Kev all the time when he lived in Maryland. I used to tell him his I told him that building he lived in could fit in that whole house. Yeah. He had in Maryland.
West Kenny Street.
Oh my gosh.
I still remember that day when I came down to Kev house.
I
came to see Kev,
Yo, why we all got a story about going down to West Kenny, yo?
I don't know if you remember that, Kev, when that dude got shot in the head down there.
Yeah, I do.
I still remember that day. I was like, this is crazy.
That was a light day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's I mean, I just thank God that we all lived and what we going through now, that we blessed to have whatever we have now.
Yes, sir.
And still got a circle, like we could still like talk to each other, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Like, a lot of people can't see like they peoples from back in the day or friends that they have,
right?
Like,
Yep.
They don't have
a circle. The relationship's totally different. Like, I mean, like you said earlier, Rock. I mean, we went all those years, man. We not only did we not see each other, we didn't talk or anything. And, yet, when we reconnected, it was still all love. It was like
it's still all love. Like we ain't never missed a beat.
30 years ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's love, man.
Yeah.
And I was about to say that's the real sign of love to me, because like you said, whether we talk to each other every week or we go 10 years, it's like we don't miss a beat when we get back together.
Right.
Like there ain't never no awkwardness. So man, I think it's always right. We just go right back. Last time, matter of fact, we stayed up all night last time you came down to visit? You came to North Carolina. It was just like a beautiful night where we could just sit here. We ain't worried about going to the club. We ain't worried about going partying. We just cool sitting back reminiscing. You know.
Yeah.
And the older you get, man, I tell people, the older you get, man, all you got is pictures and memories. Yep. That's it.
That's it.
So it's important to create the most that you can while we still can. You feel me?
I think the only person I haven't seen in what seems like 100 years is Kurt.
Yeah, well, I saw him. I did see him at Bishop's Wake. I did see him. I hadn't seen him in a minute, and I get. Yep, I saw him then. But I hadn't seen him since. I hadn't seen him, Kev, probably since when we all got together at Joey's house.
Yeah, that's been. Yeah, and I think that was the last time I saw him as well. Yeah.
And who had that picture? Somebody got that picture.
Oh no, that was at. I know a picture you talking about. You talking about when we was at Lou's at Cherry and Lou's.
Was it Lou's? I think yeah. Matter of fact, it was.
Yeah.
That was out there on the side, Ed. Everybody in that picture.
I had a copy of it. I don't have it no more, man. I would love to see. I would love to know who has it.
Yeah.
That one picture I sent to y'all.
Yeah, I think. What did you send it on Messenger? You text? Was it a text?
I think I texted it to both of you.
Yeah, I might have to go back through my history.
I have to get it. Nah, pull it up, Kev. I mean, you still got it then, right, Kev?
Yeah, in fact, I can probably pull it up and send it to you again if I sent it, because it was when I was when me and Felicia came and when I and y'all asked about the picture, and I said once I got back home I would find it and send it to you. I'm pretty sure I sent it by text.
All right, do it again, bro.
Yeah, you know Kurt though. Kurt on the run, yo. Truth be told, Kurt on the run. Y'all keep Kurt in print, man. Kurt can't be seen in public places.
Yeah,
I got to sneak and meet him in the alley. One of the last times I was home before Bishop's funeral. When I went back, I was up there like in November, and I got to sneak in the alley and I met him in the alley for about a good 4 or 5 minutes before he had to dip off into the night. I don't even know which way he went. Left, right, he just disappeared, yo. It was like he was dead, then he was gone. Like, how you 300 pounds and you just dead and then you gone?
And I tell y'all, I don't know if I ever told y'all a story about my very first ear piercing. Kurt did it.
What?
I do remember that.
I wonder if Kurt even remembers. He probably does, but
no. Kurt was like, I got you, yo. I got you, bro.
And look,
you know what? I kind of think I remember something about that. Now that you say that, I think I remember something about that, man.
I want to say I was either a sophomore or a junior in high school. I can't.
I think it was your sophomore year.
It probably was. And skipped school one day, went over to Kazori, hanging out with Kurt, and we were there doing some things we shouldn't have been doing. And
what do you use?
I won't get into all of that.
Shout out to Kazori, he's stars.
Yeah.
Did he burn the tip of a safety pin and do it?
Huh?
What did he do it with a safety pin? Did he burn the safety pin and do it?
Yep. He burned the safety pin.
You know, Kurt watched the movie Bad Boys One Time Too Many. Not the Martin and them, the original Bad Boys with Sean Penn and them.
And look, let me tell you something. I was like 16 years old. I'm 49 now? That was 33 years ago. I haven't worn an earring in about over 20 years since my daughter was born. So 22 years since I've worn an earring. That hole is still open.
Damn.
So Kurt did something right.
Man. Yeah, they supposed to close up after all that.
They're gonna never close.
It will never close.
Dag, son, what did that joker use on your ear?
I know, right?
Man.
Kurt was ahead of his time, especially like when Black Ink and all that, all the piercings and stuff. Now he was ahead of his time, yo.
So my sister, she took me to go get my ear pierced when I got mine done.
I think I got mine with you, Mo. I think I got mine done at Union Market back in the day.
I was scared, man. My sister took me right on Broad Street to a jewelry store where they would pierce ears. I was scared because I didn't know what to expect.
Why you say, ooh, I went back to Union Market days?
He said Union Market.
Yeah, that was the spot on the weekends, baby.
That was the spot.
They had sugars and polies. Oh my God. Lord have mercy.
Yeah.
Big old warehouse full of nothing.
Never
fun.
Yeah, Union Market was the spot.
It was.
Yeah, it was definitely the spot.
Yeah.
It's a Home Depot now.
Is it?
I think it's like a Home Depot and a Best Buy, I think, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's the best. I think. Hold up, Union Market. I think is where the Lowe's and is not Lowe's. Is the not Home Depot, but Whole Foods, Best Buy, and the Target over there.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And the Home Depot is down the street.
It's been since I've been there. Wow.
Yeah, man.
I think that's where where it was at. But I know is where Home Depot, and it might have been what Home Depot was. It's either one of those two. Yeah.
Hey, Ev said Union Market had the nameplates.
Oh, we used to go up that mug every weekend. Go get a short set. Get some of everything up out of there.
The whole nine.
Ev got his butt buckle from there.
Yep.
The name butt buckle from
name belt. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, yo, you go. That's what we need to have, yo. We need to get together and have a 80s cookout, yo.
Man.
Yeah, man.
Like an 80s cookout or something, man.
Hey, y'all, just say the word. Y'all got to come out of Jersey, though, man. Me and Martin not coming to Jersey, bro.
Oh, you know what we could do? You know what? I was thinking, but I don't know, like, right now. But if we could meet up, like, I would have said Virginia Beach, but I don't like that spot. Like, you ever been to Ocean City?
Ocean City Smoke.
Oh, yeah, in Jersey?
That's what. Ocean City,
Maryland.
Yeah. So, we should all set up something to meet down there. Like, we could do like a weekend down there, and or a couple of days down there, and just do something down there where everybody come together and just go down there.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm down.
We just gotta do it when all this Corona's over, man.
Yeah, once this is all over.
My man and them just went for Father's Day. I was like, I don't think I would have went, but
who?
This guy at my job, they went for Father's Day.
Yeah.
But I don't think I would have went down there.
Yeah, that's the key. Y'all know me. I'm still, I'm down for whatever. But I understand, like, people feel safe and all that there. Now, what I would say is I ain't doing no beaches. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no problem with, like you said, it's being us meeting up somewhere. But once we get there, we ain't got to hit the boardwalk and all that extra stuff. You know what I'm saying? We will have everything we need right there back at the cabin. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, once this is all over, it would be nice to, get together and do something.
Man. We need to do something.
Yeah, so
by that time, I might be having to drive back up north because, I don't know how much longer I'm going to be in Jersey. Corona slowed down this process of us getting out of here, but we're still trying to get the hell up out of here. So
Sherry asked me about that the other day. She's like, is Kev still going to South Carolina? I was like, yeah.
Rodney was talking about that earlier.
I said Corona. I said it's just the Corona deal.
There could be a slight change to that.
Okay.
To Charleston. I mean, right now, Charleston is still kind of what we're looking at. But after talking to Lou, Felicia and I are actually gonna we're gonna drive to Charleston. Because we still need to look at a couple of homes, a couple of places down there. But we're also gonna take a drive down to the St. Augustine area.
Yeah, he told me he dropped that in your ear.
Yeah, so we're gonna go down. We're gonna check out both. We were talking about doing it at the end of July. I don't know for sure if we're gonna make that drive, just because obviously Florida's a hotbed right now. With COVID. Yeah. So that may get pushed a little bit, but yeah, we are gonna check out that area as well. Okay. So we may end up there and not even in South Carolina. But
there you go. No state tax.
Is once we get this house on the market and get it sold, we're gone.
Now, Kev, one thing I will say is just remember when you're dealing with Lou, remember that he is Uncle Benny's son.
Nah, but he's straight on that. He's straight on that Florida though.
He loves it. Yeah,
he's straight on that Florida, son.
I talked to him 2 weeks ago. He's like, man, listen, I'm not going back.
He's straight on Florida, bro.
I'm never leaving.
That dude he done changed his driver's license, so he's straight.
Yeah, that's what he told me.
So yeah, that's official. You official then.
Yeah. So Mark,
we're gonna get ready to wrap it up,
man. What's up?
I know. Hey, we can go as long as we want to. It ain't no time limit. That's the way we party. But we can wrap it up.
I'm getting hungry.
Yeah, we can wrap it up. That's all I was gonna say. We can wrap it up. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wrap it up with what my all-time favorite memory. All right, so Kev always like to tease me. The year was the summer of 1988. New Edition had just dropped Any Heartbreak.
Oh my God.
I think Mar still had the original Gomar, the Pontiac Grand Am.
Okay.
So we go to Rockland State Park. So this is just the way the mind of a 13-year-old works. Because like I said, here it is. Y'all already take time out to hang with me. So my mom just so happened to be. And matter of fact, thank God that the statute of limitations on this story is over.
Say when you looked over at the women in the locker room, is it?
Nah, that was early on in this day. That was early on in the day. We wasn't even gonna go there. Shout out to sis though. You gave us a lifetime memory. Shout out to sis. But anyway, we was my mom was out of town and Niecy was watching us. Me and my brothers. So like I said, Mar had just finished getting. Yeah, I think you had just got the Pontiac Grand Am. I think you had just got it. But anyway, so we leaving Rockland State Park. So y'all like, look, I know it was the 4th of July weekend because Coming to America had just came out. It was the same weekend that Coming to America came out. So we leave the Church Olympics, and I'm trying to figure it out in my mind. Because I asked Niecy if I could go to the movies. Niecy's like, you don't need to go to the movies. So I was like, well, I rode through New York with Lamar. So I said, I'll ride back with Lamar. You know what I'm saying? Lamar, he averaged 80 miles per hour. So we'll get back at least like 2 hours before everybody else. A movie can't be no more than 30 minutes. I'm gonna ride out. I got time to get back, get to watch the movie, and get back to the crib for Niecy to get back. Man, we get all the way back to Jersey. We get to the Amboy. The next 3 shows were sold out. And they was like, well, look, we not going all the way back to North, so we just gonna ride down here. I'm like, man, I gotta go home, man. I'm gonna get in trouble. Well, I was like, hey, you made a big boy decision. You're gonna have to live with it today. So we got in the movie finally, and I never forget we came out. The movie theater is packed. Shout out to my boy Howard Williams. I don't know how it's possible. It's maybe about 100 people in the lobby, parking lot packed. And I just was like, yo, Diggle Howard. And I just disappeared on your campus. I can hear Cam saying, where did he go? Where did he go? Because I didn't want Howard to see me to rat me out. You know what I'm saying? So what I did was, the next thing I hear is, I hear this white lady saying, hey, there's a little boy under that car. So we out there at the Amboy in the parking lot, man. And Martin, like, I don't know how true it is, but when Martin tell the story, he said I crawled under the car with a spoiler kid on it.
It had a spoiler kid. It was already
yo. That car had a kid on it, man.
I don't remember no kid being on it. But I remember I was under that mother about 15 seconds, and that left cheek was just on fire, yo. I had to come up out of there quick.
Yeah.
And we got back home. My mom never found out. Me and Niecy talked, like Niecy was mad, but you know, she let me live, man.
Didn't she come down there in a van or something?
She did.
Yeah, because she came down there. She drove the van down there. Now I like I know I got time to get back to the house before she gets there because she hit. Like, Mom, we need to get in the Grand Am and go now.
I still to this day don't know how you saw that van. It was like 1,000 cars in that parking lot. And Marvin's like, yo, they're going. I'm like,
that's when you're scared. When you're scared, you see it.
Yeah, I'm shook, bro.
What do you mean you see the van? What?
Man, there's 1,000 vehicles out here. How do you see the van?
Yep.
Or enough.
I was like, well, where did he go, man? I was high, bro. I was scared that day, bro. That was too funny, man.
That's you see it all when you're scared, boy.
Yeah, for sure.
ain't no spoiler kit low enough. I'm gonna get underneath it.
That dude was like Mr. Fantastic. Shoot.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna let y'all go, man. So we can go ahead and get this grub in, man. Yo, it's been a pleasure, fellas. Man, we got some good comments on here. Y'all can go check them out when y'all get, when we get off.
Okay.
A lot of people shouting us out. Everybody said what's up. Joey said what's up, brothers. Lisa.
Love you,
Miss
Joey.
Lisa. What's up, Lisa? How you doing?
Lisa Jones?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Tell her what's
Lisa
up.
said what's up. Kim Miller said tell everybody what's good.
Nice.
Yvonne said tell everybody what's good. You know what I'm saying? So we did it. We did good, man. It was like I said, it's always a pleasure talking to my bros, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got anything y'all want to add before we close out?
I got a real quick question. I'm not looking at the comments, but if I was a betting man, I would say Ev probably made a comment about me slapping him, didn't he?
I ain't seen that one. I don't know the slap story. I don't know the slap story.
Because if he didn't, I'd be surprised.
Man, no, we got to go ahead and close out with that, yo. Ed,
I'm gonna save that one. I'm gonna save that for another time when Ed.
You gotta tell us that one next time.
He tells that story.
I don't think I heard that one.
Yeah, I don't know that one either.
Ed embellishes a little bit, but it's a fun story to hear him tell.
All right.
All right, man. But like I said, man, I appreciate y'all being here, man. Y'all continue to stay safe. Stay safe. Give the family my love. And as usual, Mo, Lisa, know that I don't just love you unconditionally, I love you intentionally.
Peace. I love y'all, brothers.
Love y'all,
man. You brothers, man.
All right, bro.
Take it easy.
All right, be safe.
All right, peace, fellas.
Peace.